The Nigerian Labour Congress Transition Committee has made bold moves to take over the leadership of the Labour Party by picketing the LP National Secretariat in Abuja. Arise correspondent Chinaza Samuel reports.
The national headquarters of the Labour Party witnessed heavy security presence as the NLC Transition Committee picketed the building. Their demands are simple: that Julius Abure, the current chairman of the Labour Party, hands over leadership, insisting that his tenure has expired. But attempts by the NLC Transition Committee to take over the party were met with resistance, resulting in chaos. The NLC and the Labour Party have been in a contentious battle over the party's leadership. They are calling for a new national convention to elect new leaders for the party.
The issue at hand, which His Excellency knows very well, is that the tenure of Abure and his working committee, NWC, has ended effectively by the 10th of June this month. And you know that there can't be any vacuum in the leadership. Unfortunately, all entreaties and all approaches, including inviting Abure and his people to the even stakeholders meeting, where even it was brokered by INEC that Abure signed and NLC signed that when the time comes, come together to conduct an inclusive and expansive convention. Unfortunately, Abure decided to do without NLC, even after having signed an agreement.
The party's leader, Peter Obi, who was present at the headquarters at the time of the drama, appealed to all to explore the option of achieving their demands through a peaceful approach. He says he's optimistic of resolving the conflict.
We are all members of one family.
A good member of the family.
Well, we don't know who is aggrieved and who is not. Families disagree. Like I told you before, you do disagree with your wife. I do the same thing. So all of us disagree. These are members of the same family. That's why I came to see them. The meeting today was convened at my instance. And if you were inside that meeting, I preached only one thing, that I've come to start the work of reconciling the family.
The next course of action for the Labour Party remains uncertain as the NLC Transition Committee pushes for immediate action, while the party leadership seeks a more reconciliatory approach. It's clear that the coming days will be crucial in determining the future of the Labour Party. Chinaza Samuel, Arise News.
Well, let's bring in Kennedy Ahanotu, who is a member of the Labour Party National Working Committee. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight. Well, many Nigerians are really concerned about developments within the Labour Party. But what is even more curious is this coming together of, enemies before now, but all of a sudden there's a newfound love between Abure and Lamidi Apapa. What exactly is going on?
Well, I don't understand what you mean by a newfound love between Lamidi Apapa and Abure. And there's nothing wrong with anybody having good relationship with anybody. After all, as a family, people quarrel and they reconcile. There must be an issue or something that caused some quarrel. There must be a window for reconciliation. And that's the same thing we are talking about.
No doubt, but I mean, it was a long-drawn battle between the Apapa faction of the Labour Party and, of course, the Julius Abure side of it. What exactly is the main objective here? Because it looks like they have a common enemy that they want to get out of the way.
I don't think there's an enemy in the house of the Labour Party. Apapa group did what they did without being backed by law, and they fell out of that law. And they may want to come back to the party. They are not even fully, I've not seen Apapa. I've not heard from him for the past 1 year. So all these are what we are hearing on media. This person said that. You don't use it to, reconcile a family. When you say this person said this person said that. If there is any day that we have sat down as a family like we did today to say there is this reconciliation we are starting, I've not seen that with our Papa.
So what exactly is the objective of this reconciliation move?
Well, the party have just come out of a very successful convention, and I think some members of the family are aggrieved with the outcome of the national convention. Some members felt that they wanted some certain position, it didn't come to them. They wanted some certain interests, you know, it didn't happen the way they want. And as a family, like our leader have said today, there is need for us to, you know, go with whatever agitation we have in a lawful manner to be able to reconcile ourselves, because no matter how much we quarrel, we are members of one family. And if we were united to go for the election last year, 2023, and achieve tremendous results, what could be the issue with us now?
So, but it looks like there was no unity before that election. The objective was, okay, let's get Peter Obi, you know, to become president.
No,
yeah, it didn't happen, and then you have this explosion.
There is unity. There is unity.
It was always going to happen.
No, there is unity. One thing about life is that the moment you go to another level of success, you now attract more level of, you know, people will begin to dislike you, people will begin to fight you, people will even feel they want to take over your role or your assignment. They feel you are not doing better, that they can do it better. It's normal in every family and with life. So we were united going into the election. Of course, if we are not united, there is no way they would have described us as 4 persons to eating in a room, and we ended up with over 6 million votes that were declared. How can you now say that a family that is not united was able to achieve that? Then if you say so, it means that some group of persons doesn't want us to be more united going into 2027.
Who
because
exactly
I don't know
want,
if you have the impression that we are not united to achieve over 6 million votes as declared by INEC. That means they wouldn't want us to now be united going into 2027. But I can assure you that in-house, we are trying to reconcile as a family, and the reconciliation process started today. I'm happy you played out what happened in the party secretariat. We are having our meeting with our leader, Mr. Peter Obi, and he wants to start reconciliating all factions, whoever that felt aggrieved, even though there is no faction in Labour Party, because the chairmanship of Labour Party, the regulator of political parties, is there to say this is who we know, this is what we know.
So who is the recognized leader or chairman
Barrister
of the party?
Julius Abure
Right.
is the national chairman of the party, as produced by the recently held National Convention of the party.
Well, the NLC is trying to take over the leadership of the party. How do you resolve that particular issue?
Well, NLC, this is the party constitution, or even if there is any other Labour Party constitution that anybody can look at, NLC is not an organ of the party. Labour Party has an organ. We have NEC, we have NWC, and we have National Convention. NLC was given and was recognized into the party constitution as a platform, Labour centers, TUC and NLC, because some of their members, critical members, were part and parcel of the formation of Labour Party. For example, Adams Oshomole, he was part of those that formed Labour Party. But today, is he still in Labour Party? No, he has moved on, and he's living well where he is right now. So the Labour Party will not die because Adams Oshomole is no longer there. So NLC does not have the powers to say they want to take over the party. The Labour Party is owned by Nigerian people, not by any single organization. It's constitutional. An organization does not have the capacity to own another organization. The moment an organization comes into creation, promoters does no longer matter. What matters is the binding factor of that organization, which is their constitution or laws. So, but like I said,
but it looks like that constitution or the laws of the party, they're being set aside, you know, in favor of more personal
I don't think
interests.
It's not going to happen, because Nigeria is, as far as I know, is a lawful country, and it's a country where we still believe that judiciary is there. If you feel aggrieved, for example, in a family that you feel nobody, the papa, the Labour Party is papa, mama, pikin. You feel that papa cannot reconcile you, you feel that mama cannot reconcile you, or the pikin cannot reconcile you, the next thing you will do is to approach the legal system It's not to come and begin to do some level of show of trying to project your family. A family you eventually want to inherit. A family you want to project. You are creating news every day. I don't think is necessary. What is necessary is for us to look at those issues that we have said we are not comfortable with, give and take. Shift grounds.
What exactly are these issues? At least the key points.
Their demand is that the tenure of the NWC has expired.
Right.
But are you saying that where there is a national convention of the party that held?
That was not recognized.
By who?
By the NLC.
The NLC does not have the power to recognize the convention of Labour Party. The organs of the party, the highest organ of the party is the National Convention. And it was properly constituted. Notices given to proper regulatory agencies. DSS were there, media people were there, delegates from across the 36 plus state plus FCT were there. All the statutory members of NEC were there.
In spite of the fact that there was a last-minute change of venue for that national convention to Abia, I believe.
There's possibility that people change venues. Even wedding dates do change. You can put a wedding and see maybe there is something happening on a particular day, you need to move it. There are so many situations that could have made the party change the national convention.
And all of these groups that you mentioned, DSS and what have you, INEC, they were all comfortable with that last-minute shift. But then again, those who say this Abure convention was a one-man show, and that really is the problem.
I don't think a convention where you have delegates from 36 states of the federation is a one-man show. And I don't think you can fool all the people all the time. You can fool some people sometime, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Are you now saying that Abure is too powerful, that he was able to bring delegates from across the 36 states of this country plus FCT?
You tell me.
Because Abure is standing on constitution. That young man is standing on the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's standing on the Electoral Act, and he's standing on the party constitution.
So now that Peter Obi,
the
former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, is suing for peace, is saying, because it looks like the Labour Party is now beginning to sound like the same old, same old. You know, other parties would say it's a family affair, we'll resolve it in a family way or in a family manner. Is there a possibility of that peace and reconciliation happening anytime soon?
Yes, the process have started today. You know, there is this Igbo balance that when it gets hotter, it's about to end.
Right.
And I think what happened to the party today cannot repeat itself. It has gotten to the point where it got so hot today that we even found ourselves in a police commissioner's office today. And the same thing we are being preached by the commissioner of police. Look, gentlemen, it's peace, it's peace, it's peace.
Well,
you cannot achieve anything by force.
Will it include a new national convention of the Labour Party?
I doubt, because constitutionally, the convention has come and gone. The convention has come and gone. The best thing for us to accept is that an institution have taken a decision. That institutional decision have to stand. Then you now talk of how to manage, you know, interests and how to manage people that felt aggrieved.
Including the NLC. Do they have a role in the
NLC
Labour
does
Party
not
going
even
forward?
NLC does not present somebody in the convention that is to be voted for. NLC makes nomination. It's a special recognition that the party gave NLC and TUC. TUC was they were in the convention. They were fully represented in the convention. But NLC didn't come. And even they have a deputy national chairman. It's a nomination. If they submit that nomination today, they are not subject to election. All the conventions of the party, NLC position is not subject for election.
All right, that's a good place to leave it. Kennedy Ahanotu is a member of the National Working Committee of the Labour Party. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best as you go forward to achieve this peace for the Labour Party.